Welcome back to our channel. Today we have an exciting video lined up for you. We're going to dive into the world of Tissot watches and explore the top 5 Tissot watches of 2023. Tissot, a brand known for their exceptional craftsmanship and captivating designs, has once again stepped up their game this year. So without further ado, let's jump right into our list. The Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 is a tonneau-style watch with a diameter of 40 millimeters. The stainless steel case is fairly slim, at only 10.9 mm thick, and the lugs are set at 12 millimeters. This allows for the attachment of a single-link stainless steel bracelet. The watch is water-resistant to 100 meters, which is safe for showering or swimming. The sapphire crystal is scratch-resistant, with an anti-reflective coating on one side. It's mostly flat, with a slight bevel around the edge that creates an attractive accent. A display case back is made from a similar sapphire and gives you a good view of the Swiss automatic movement. This movement has a power reserve of up to 80 hours, enough to leave it off over a long weekend. The blue dial has a square grid texture and is surrounded by a narrow bezel. It has a Spartan appearance, with tiny applied silver indexes at the minute marks. The 5-minute positions have larger applied indexes with loom striping, with a double index at 12 o'clock. A small date window adorns the 3 o'clock position and is outlined by a silver border. Other than that, there's nothing to interrupt the textured finish of the dial. The hour and minute hands are fat with loom stripes down the center, and the second hand is needle-shaped. The Tissot PRX chronograph is another tonneau watch, but it's a bit wider with a diameter of 42 millimeters. The 316L stainless steel case measures 14.5 millimeters thick, with narrow 13 millimeters lugs. The strap is made from a matching brushed stainless steel and has a tapered profile. It's fat at the watch and only about half as wide at the clasp. The watch is water-resistant to a depth of 100 meters and sports a scratch-resistant sapphire crystal with an anti-reflective coating. This crystal is totally flat and doesn't distort your dial or create any distractions. On the other side of the watch, a display case back provides a clear view of the Swiss automatic movement, which has a power reserve of up to 60 hours. The white dial has a vertical brushed finish, with a black ring around the outside that forms an outer index. A series of white hashes are painted into it at the individual minute positions. Inside of this is a set of copper-applied indexes at the 5-minute positions, with loom striping down the centers. There's a double hash at the 12 o'clock position. 3 black subdials are positioned at the 3, 6, and 9-hour positions, with a date window between 4 and 5 o'clock. You can also order an alternate version with a blue dial and a white outer ring and subdials. The Tissot Heritage 1973 chronograph also has a tonneau case. However, it measures a fairly beefy 43 millimeters in diameter and 8 millimeters thick, with 22 mm lugs that are wide for a tonneau watch. These lugs connect to a brown calfskin strap with white stitching down the edge and a folding steel clasp with safety pushers. The watch is water-resistant to 100 meters. The 1973 chronograph has a bezel-free design, with a scratch-resistant anti-reflective sapphire crystal that sits flat to the front of the case. On the reverse is a display case back, which shows off a stunning Swiss automatic movement. This movement has a power reserve of up to 60 hours, which should be plenty for most people. The outside of the dial consists of a black tachymeter ring, which starts at 500 and runs down to 60. The main portion of the dial is white, with black subdials at the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions, and a black bordered date window between the 4 and 5 o'clock positions. Fine black hashes indicate the individual minute marks, with fatter green loom hashes at the 5-minute marks. The black minute and hour hands are entirely rectangular with green loom striping. The second hand is mostly black, but sports an orange arrow-shaped tip. The Tissot Visitate Powermatic 80 has a circular form factor with a narrow bezel and slender arched lugs. Its case is engineered from 316L stainless steel and measures 42 millimeters in diameter and 12.1 millimeters thick. The lugs are set 21 millimeters apart and attached to a brown alligator-grained leather strap with a push-button clasp. The domed crystal is made from scratch-resistant sapphire and slightly distorts the edge of the dial when viewed at an angle. You'll also find a display case back on the back. The movement inside is a Swiss automatic with a long-lasting 80-hour power reserve. That said, the water resistance rating is only 30 meters. You can take it in the shower, but that's as wet as it should ever get. The dial is matte eggshell, cream white, with fine painted silver hashes at the minute positions. A set of larger applied silver hashes indicate the 5-minute positions. The hands are also silver and have a tapered form factor. The top surfaces are peaked at the center and sloped to the sides, providing a 3D appearance. The second hand is far more slender and has a small lump at the back. You'll also notice a pair of day and date windows next to the 3 o'clock position. These are ringed with silver, which ties the whole look of the dial together. The Tissot Telemeter 1938 is, as its name implies, a throwback. The 42mm stainless steel case has a round retro shape with a flattish crown and pushers. It's fairly thick, at 13.9mm, and the 22mm lugs attach to an attractive embossed leather strap. And while it's only rated for 30 meters of water resistance, that's good enough for everyday life. The scratch-resistant sapphire crystal is very tall and provides an attractive distorting effect when viewed at an angle. The display caseback is also very durable and is made from the same material. Inside of the case is a Swiss Tissot automatic movement with a long-lasting 68-hour power reserve. I love the black dial with its overlapping copper markings and accents. Around the outside is a ladder index that shows the minute positions in tiny Arabic numerals every 5 minutes. Inside of this is the primary index with large Arabic numerals at all hour positions except for 3 and 9 o'clock. The copper hands are large and broadsword shaped, with a long, narrow second hand. A pair of subdials are positioned at 3 and 9 o'clock, which count of 30 minutes and 60 seconds respectively. At the center is a 60-second chronograph index that overlaps with the subdials. This index is almost as wide as the primary index and utilizes the second hand when active.